Welcome back everyone. I installed iOS 14 on my iPhone XS and I have a One UI 2 on my Samsung Galaxy S10. Now these two phones were kind of like the competitors at the time, so I want to go ahead and compare these two, see how well they both perform, and once Android 11 comes out on the S10, One UI 3 or whatever, then I'll go ahead and compare it a little bit further. Now I will tell you this, okay, going from Android 9 to Android 10 was a less of an upgrade in my opinion than going from iOS 13 to iOS 14. I feel like there are more capabilities and more features and functionality added within iOS 14 than on Android 10, especially on One UI 2. Now with that being said, I still feel like at the end of the day, Android 10, One UI 2, they have more capability. I think that's a safe thing to say. But I think regardless, the iPhone XS and Galaxy S10 are both great phones at the end of the day. Now one thing, I don't want to spend 50,000 minutes talking about this video or just going into it, but I really want to hit on the smoothness factor. And one thing I was able to see is that just the fluidity within iOS, I think, is far superior than what we're getting on One UI 2. Now as you can see, I mean, it's not that bad on One UI 2, but definitely just the whole, like I said, the fluidity seems to be so much better for me on the iOS 14 device. And just kind of swiping through, the animation seems much smoother if I go and, like, what I want to do is I want to get into the app, and it's kind of a weird process. I have to kind of swipe up, okay, whatever, and I can kind of swipe in and out of apps if I kind of pick it up and go here and here. So if I go and load up the Play Store as well, you see how I kind of have to like fiddle with it a little bit. It's not necessarily my favorite thing to do, and it's not just the Galaxy S10 that's on basically all my Android devices. The gesture-based design still has a lot of work to do on the Android side for sure. And even me, I just want to get into this last app, and I guess I have to swipe up, get into it like this. If I want to swipe in and out of apps, you can see that it's definitely, has a lot of work to do. I'll go and try it again. Go do this way. And I don't know, it's just a little weird on the Android side. It's definitely not perfect. It has a long ways to go. It gets the job done. You kind of have to, kind of fiddle with it a little bit, like I said. But the smoothness factor, I would say, definitely goes for iOS and definitely for iOS 14. Even though it's in a beta, I definitely would prefer the smoothness and stability of iOS 14 than on Android 10. Now I'll go ahead and clear out all the apps, and since these two were kind of competitors in a way, I'll go ahead and do a speed test because iPhone XS and Galaxy S10, these were basically the main devices people were comparing to. So we can do their designated app stores. 3, 2, 1. And we had a pop-up here. I did have it open before on the Galaxy S10, so I guess we'll get that one for the S10 anyway. And I have a bunch of these third-party apps that we can go on just go through. We can do thank you. 3, 2, 1. Galaxy S10 is faster, followed by the iPhone XS shortly after. Temple Run. 3, 2, 1. And we were on games on both, but you can see even then, the Galaxy S10 was a little bit faster than the iPhone XS, which is, a really good thing to say. Snake vs. Blocks. 3, 2, 1. And again, Galaxy S10 is faster, followed by the iPhone XS. Getting into some gameplay, let's see if there's a difference. And I highly think there's not going to be any difference between these two. Quizlet. 3, 2, 1. Galaxy S10 faster again. Fruit Ninja. 3, 2, 1. And as you can see on the S10, we had a little bit of a glitchiness, and I guess not. And that's another big thing for One UI 2 and Android 10 in general. These apps, for some reason, some of them glitch out when you click on them. They'll open up, open out, and it's just an annoying thing. So it might be faster, but even in this case, the iPhone XS was faster. But it's still kind of a weird thing that was the case. Probably shouldn't have even happened like that. Snapchat. 3, 2, 1. And Galaxy S10 was faster there. Facebook. 3, 2, 1. And iPhone XS, I think, was actually faster at that point. Instagram. 3, 2, 1. And iPhone XS was faster there as well. And we go and end it off with the Real Racing 3, 3, 2, 1. And that one was actually smoother, in my opinion, on the Galaxy S10 than on the iPhone XS. It kind of glitched up there a little bit. And the Galaxy S10 fully loaded into it. It's already done. I just have to tap the screen and it's done. But on the iPhone XS, it looks like it's still taking its time. And this is more of a hardware thing than the software thing, but I still want to showcase, that software still has a lot to do with it. And as you can see, the iPhone XS eventually got into it. Now, when it comes down to battery life and everything like that, there's going to be discrepancies, there's going to be differences, mostly because iOS 14 is in a beta form. By the time it comes out officially, then we're going to see some pretty noticeable changes and everything. But as of right now, I think this is basically where I stand. On iOS 14 side, I think going from one version to the other, I think we saw better improvements and bigger functionality increases on iOS 14 than on the Android 10 counterpart going from Android 9 to Android 10. Also, I still feel like iOS 14 is more stable than One UI 2. I feel like if I have to use one as a main device, I would probably go for the iPhone XS on iOS 14, then a Galaxy S10 on One UI 2, and that mostly has to do with the stability aspect, the UI elements. If I have to go in, I just feel like the screen is too sensitive on the S10, and I feel like whenever I do anything gesture-wise and everything, you can just see it's very weird. It just takes a couple tries for me to do anything. It's so weird. However, the Galaxy S10 is still the faster device, and I do feel like there's more functionalities at the end of the day on One UI 2 than on iOS 14. I have a lot of cool different little things I can do on my Galaxy S10, install APKs manually and all that stuff. Also, speed increase. I feel like I'm getting better speed increase on here. And you do get updates a little bit here and there too on these Galaxy S10, at least the ones that are supported. So I definitely don't think one blows the other one out of the water. But those are basically the strong suits and pros and cons for both versions of software when I compare them. So that's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.